Hey, welcome to Sylvie's technique vlog. If you guys are new to the technique vlog, this is basically just me thinking about and vlogging about a technique that I'm working on, or something that is occurring to me, or something that's very present in my training and development at the time. Usually it's something that I've learned from someone in the Muay Thai library. You can usually go check out those sessions very easily if you're a patron. I always mention who it is, so as a patron you can just go in the library and check out as it's being taught directly to me. I always have a public version which just goes on YouTube. I have a playlist. If you like this, you can go watch the playlist. And it's a shorter version. It's basically just introducing the idea of what it is that I'm working on, so that you can immediately just bring it into the gym and start working with it yourself and see if it's something that's relevant to you, or something that you like, or something that kind of changes how you're working on things. And then the longer version for my patrons has much more in-depth discussion of things I'm coming up against with it, or things to watch out for, or again, how it was taught to me in the Muay Thai library and things like that. So these are not instructional. I am not a crew. These are at best demonstrational at times, but they're not even really demonstrational either. I just demonstrate what it is that I'm doing, but I am not the exemplary example of a lot of these things. So it really is just a vlog of things, techniques that I find interesting and that I'm working on at the time. This one is really interesting to me because it's something that has become more and more evident to me kind of recently. I've known about like overall shapes and kind of like alignment and things like this for quite a long time. Charchai Sasakun, sorry, that took a long time. Charchai Sasakun, who was WBC world champion in boxing and was also a very, very good Muay Thai fighter. He has this incredible alignment with his body. Just everything has this like maximum efficiency of movement. His power comes from just very clean. He's like not soulless in a robotic sense, but like mechanical in terms of like how clean and beautiful his workings are, like a clock or something. But from his kind of economy of movement and from looking at like boxers and things like this, it's become more and more evident to me that the alignment of the head has a lot to do with balance. And if you've been listening to me for any amount of time, you know that balance is so important to Thailand scoring and Thai Muay Thai and generating power and looking good and all of these things. Like speed and power absolutely come from balance. So what the hell is Sylvie talking about head alignment? Let me see if I can even get this, because I'm working with a little tripod here. Take my shoes off so I don't look like a dud. So, all right. So if you're punching and you're like this, see how my head has like come over and outside? You want it to be like over your knee. So that's why you see people who kind of like, they come like this. For me, the more tricky part has been keeping my head over my knee on twists, on things like this. You'll see a lot of people, and there's actually a guy I've been watching who has really good boxing, but he blows out his lines all the time. Like he kind of like breaks his frame with his head. And you'll see this on things that require a little bit of a twist. So you'll see it a lot on like a body hook or something like this. So I don't know how to get the best frame. People come like this. See how I'm outside my knee? Like this? It means you're off balance as you're coming into it, so there's not power, and then you're off balance as you're coming off of it. See, like this. So you want to kind of just come down and keep your head as much as you can over your knee. This is for punches, but you absolutely want this for kicks as well. So you see things like this. You want to keep your head over your standing leg. I have a problem where I lean back like this. See how off balance that is? Not only is my power going that way, but my balance is off as I'm trying to land. Whereas if my head and my leg are aligned, I can come down more easily off of that. So it's a little bit difficult. I don't have a mirror, right? I was able to like look in the phone as I was filming myself, but without a mirror, you don't actually know whether your head is like over your standing leg or not, or if your knee and your head are aligned. So you either need to practice this in front of a mirror to like see when you're in that position and record what that feels like so that you can then get away from the mirror and do it, or you have to film yourself and like check the film often in order to, again, track when did that feel, or what did that feel like when my head was over my knee, and then record that feeling so that you can keep coming back to it. And then even when you're not looking, you can kind of feel whether your head is there or not. So I'm going to talk more about this for my patrons. If you guys are just watching the public video, you can easily become a patron by clicking on the link in the description below. Not only do you have my full technique vlogs in their like full form with all of my discussion, things I'm coming up against, but you can also check out who taught it to me in the Muay Thai library. We have more than 120 hours of long form training instruction from the greatest krus and legends of Thailand, as well as interviews, documentary projects, things like that. It's like there's so much in the Muay Thai library. It's crazy.